All right, so here we want to find the vertex of this function. It's x squared minus 4x minus 12. And we also want to sketch the graph. Right? So first things first, we know that this is a quadratic function because of the x squared term. So we know that the shape of this graph should be a parabola. Okay, it's going to be a U shape. Okay, so then how do we find the vertex of a parabola? There's a couple ways to do this, but the easiest way would be to use this little formula right here, right? So if we rewrite the quadratic equation using the a's, the b's, and the c's, right? So a is the coefficient of the x squared term, b is the coefficient of the x term, and c is the constant term, the number that's by itself. Then the x-coordinate of the vertex, so the x-coordinate of the vertex is going to be negative b over 2a. And that would probably be the best way to find the vertex. Okay. So in this case, let's take a look at the given function here, right? What is the value of a, b, and c? Well, a is a coefficient of x squared, so I'll call that, well, it's going to be 1 in this case, right? So a is equal to 1. b is the coefficient of the x term, so in this case, b is negative 4, and c is negative 12 here. Okay. So to find the vertex, then we just plug in the corresponding values, right? Well, the x-coordinate is going to be the negative of b, which in this case is negative 4, over 2 times 1. So once we simplify this, we get 4 divided by 2, which is 2. Okay, so that is going to be the x-coordinate of the vertex. So then how do we find the y-coordinate of the vertex? Okay, so the y-coordinate of the vertex then, we actually just need to plug this 2 back into the function. So it's f of negative b over 2a. Okay, so in this case, we found this negative b over 2a, which was 2. So then f of 2 is going to equal 2 squared minus 4 times 2 minus 12. So once we simplify this, we get 4 minus 8 minus 12. 4 minus 8 is negative 4 minus 12, which gives us negative 16. So what can we conclude here then? That the vertex, or the coordinate of the vertex, is at 2 comma negative 16. Okay? So if we draw out or plot this on the graph, right, we get 2 here, and we get negative 16. Okay? So we're going to get 2 comma negative 16 as the coordinate of the vertex. Okay? Now what else do we know about this parabola? We know that it's a U shape. Also, because the leading coefficient, or the value of a, is positive, we know that this parabola is going to open upwards. Okay, so we can just draw a parabola that opens upwards, but we can do a couple other things here, right? We can find the y-intercept. Okay, so if we, to find the y-intercept, we'll just plug in 0 into the function, and we get negative 12, right? So if you plug in 0, we get 0 minus 0 minus 12. So we know then, okay, that the y-intercept here is going to be at negative 12. So we get a little bit clearer idea of what this problem is going to look like. Once again, it is still a U-shape, right? So then what about the x-intercepts? How are we going to find the x-intercepts? So in order to do that, the best thing to do would be to factor the quadratic. So if we set x squared minus 4x minus 12 equal to 0, and then try to factor this guy, right, well, this becomes x minus 6 times x plus 2. So we get two values here of positive 6 and negative 2. Okay. So what does that mean? It means that at, sorry, that should be a negative 2 here. So that means that at negative 2 on the x-axis, right, that is going to be one of the x-intercepts, and at positive 6, that will be another x-intercept. So we can finally draw the graph here as a U shape. Is going to cross at that x-intercept. It's going to cross the y-intercept here, and the vertex, right? The vertex is at net 2 comma negative 16. So that is where this U shape is going to be. And there we go. Right. So we found the vertex, we found the y-intercept, we found the x-intercept, and we used those to sketch the graph.